Welcome to the Bostik Premier Division playoff final between Tunbridge Angels and Merstham. It's the season finale and a whole season's work culminates in today's match. It may not be the game that decides which one of these sides will play in the National South next season, but both will have their eye firmly on the prize of promotion. It'll be a super playoff next weekend against the winners of the Southern League playoff that also takes place today. It's been a tough journey for both these teams to get here. A long, hard league campaign and those semi-finals that were played last week. Tunbridge Angels won 2-1 at Haringey Borough and Merstham beat Carshalton Athletic by the same scoreline. Both sides have goals in them and Tunbridge Angels will be looking towards Chinadai Mackenzie to steer them into the Super Playoff final. And as for Merstham, Walter Figueroa has found form at the right time. 2 goals for him on the final day at Worthing, 2 stunners as well, and also a goal in that semi-final against Carshalton Athletic. Sure to be a tight affair, it always is in the playoff final, nervy occasions. It's Tunbridge on the attack and it just flicks off a Merstham defender and it will go behind for an early corner to the home side. Plenty of support behind that goal. In comes the corner and there's a tussle in the middle. Referee has blown for a free kick to Merstham. There were shouts for a penalty there as the ball came in. Plenty of pushing and shoving. And Jake Hutchins is a lucky boy as we watch the replay. It looked like he hauled down Sonny Miles. Lovely play by Merstham, maybe an opportunity and the shot just goes wide. It's Fabio Sarova who hit that with his right foot. Again, it's neatly intercepted by Merstham. Down the field it goes towards Figueroa. That's a lovely turn and he's in towards the box now. What can he do? Walter Figueroa onto his right foot, goes towards the byline and just takes it too deep and can't get the ball in to trouble the keeper. First sighter though for the in-form Merstham striker. Really dangerous position for a free kick. In it goes. It's defended easily in the end. And Merstham will get the ball away on. They'll get the ball down to the dangerous Figueroa. In the midfield for Merstham, it goes back over towards Figueroa. And now Tunbridge are running back towards their own goal. What can he do? Lovely feet from Figueroa. Into the box he goes and it just hits the side netting. Closer than the last attempt. He's getting there, Walter Figueroa. Again, lovely feet onto his right foot. Really tight angle to beat the keeper. Neat play from the visitors again. They love to keep the ball, Merstham. That's how they've played all season. Over with Simon Cooper, the experienced defender. And it goes again towards the box. It's bouncing around. Maybe an opportunity now. And it fell to Fabio on his right foot again. And Sareva just couldn't turn it in towards goal. It was good defending as well from Miles, who just blocked the shot. That's a really poor ball and an opportunity perhaps for Tunbridge to come away. It's played out to the far side. It's taken down by Joe Turner. What can he do? Lovely little step over from Turner. Plays it into the box. It's going to fall to the 6-yard area and Tunbridge Angels have scored. It's the first goal of the game and they are ahead in this playoff final. And it is Mackenzie, the danger man, who steered the ball home. And listen to the noise behind that goal. Absolute delight on the face of every Tunbridge fan. And Merstham, who have had chances in this opening half an hour, made a fatal mistake in midfield. Joe Turner did really well to put that into the danger area, and Mackenzie is not going to miss from there. Easy finish for the striker. just fell down to him on his right foot, and he made no mistake. Merstham have been punished for a really sloppy ball in midfield. And look what it means to the manager. 1-0 to Tunbridge Angels. Can Merstham get themselves back into the game before half-time? Dangerous position for a free kick. In it goes towards the box. It just goes over. It will be a corner, and there's some afters in the box, and that's right in front of the referee, and the referee has a decision to make now, because that was a clear shove from Ollie Cook, and it was Sonny Miles who went down to the floor. Now what's the referee going to do here? He's reaching for his back pocket, and it's a red card for Ollie Cook, and Merstham are down to 10 men. Now what's going to be the punishment for Sonny Miles? And it's a red card for him as well, and both sides are down to 10 men in this playoff final. He had no real hesitation, the referee there. Let's have a look. It was a coming together, and there was a little stamp by Ollie Cook, and Miles just seemed to kick out, and that was a clear push. And you always felt that Ollie Cook was going to be in trouble once the referee saw the shove. You can't raise your hands. It's just whether there was a kick out by the Tunbridge player. It looked like there was a little kick there. It didn't make contact. But is that enough to be shown the red card? That kick there is what the referee has seen. And both players have been dismissed. And we will play the second half with both teams with 10 men. More space on the pitch you'd think would favour Merstham, the way they play and keep possession and pass the ball round. But they're going to need to make one of these opportunities and these spells of possession pay if they're to make it to the Super Playoff next weekend. Here's Figueroa, he's a dangerous player, he plays it inside. Maybe an opportunity for Kavanagh to take a shot, doesn't. Goes back to Walter Figueroa, does take the shot, and it nestles into the hands of Henley. It was all too comfortable. Again, Figueroa gets it down into the box. Lovely 1-2. What can he do? Drives in towards that 6-yard box. It's well defended. And Tunbridge will come away with the ball, and they're on the break, and that's a ball that's going to cause Cooper some problems. And again, Tunbridge have got a man over here. Can they seal this game? It just goes wide. Brilliant opportunity for Joe Turner. He'd already set one up today, and it was on his left foot. And that was dangerous. It all came from a Merstham attack. And Tunbridge, who are really sitting deep at the moment, managed to break away. And that was inches from giving them a 2-0 lead. Again, the ball causing problems for Merstham. Rode off by Joe Turner. Plenty of room to run here now for Parter. What can he do? Parter skips through everybody. Parter's in on goal. Wonderful save from the keeper. And almost another moment for Tunbridge to extend their lead. It just seemed to open up for Parter, who drove through the middle, in between the defenders, and needed to be a good save then from Tangara. Figueroa picks the ball up in the midfield. It's now or never for Merstham. And that's a poor ball. And as we approach the 90th minute in this game, it's Tunbridge once again on the attack, and again it's a driving run from Jack Parter, who may want to waste a little bit of time in the corner here. Plays it inside. A lovely turn, skips into the box. And need to be careful, and Figueroa has brought him down, and that's going to be a penalty. The referee has pointed to the spot, and it was Theobald who ran into the box, and the Merstham forwards challenge was sloppy at best. Just a lovely turn of pace, and once you're behind as a defender, it's always going to be difficult for you in the box. There wasn't a lot of contact, but the referee's mind was made up pretty quickly. What an opportunity for Turner to win this game. Scores! Joe Turner makes it 2-0, and Tunbridge Angels are headed in to the Super Playoff final. Really calm finish from a player who's been prevalent in this afternoon's game. He's on the score sheet, he's set up the first goal, and he's played well today. And Tunbridge are heading to play the winners of the Southern League playoff for a place in the National South. Pressure moment for Turner, drove it right down the middle, no chance for Tangara. And that penalty has sealed their spot for one more game this season, and it will be the most important game. Pressure moment for Turner, and he sealed it. Question is, how long is the referee going to let this game go on? We are over the allotted added time, and the referee has blown the final whistle, and it is Tunbridge Angels who confirm their place in the Super Playoff final. Delight on the bench, the management staff, and the manager, Steve McKim. The fans and the players celebrate, and they have got one more game to put their place in the National South. And what a game, what an occasion that will be next week. But for now, they're going to enjoy this moment, and so they should. The winners of the Bostik Premier Division playoffs are Tunbridge Angels. It will be a slightly more muted celebration than it would have been last year, but nevertheless, it's a moment to enjoy with their home fans. For Merstham, real disappointment, and they'll have to go again next season. But just listen to the noise from the fans behind that goal. What an occasion for them this afternoon. Their team were in control for most of the game. Merstham had a few chances, but nothing clear-cut. And they had to wait for the 90th minute to seal victory. And Joe Turner delivered from the penalty spot. And now they've got another occasion to look forward to next weekend. It's a day out next week, and it will be a game against Met Police, who were in the Bostik Leagues last year. And for Merstham, that's the end of the road, that's the end of their season. The moment they came to see this afternoon, lifting the trophy, the winners, Tunbridge Angels, celebrate, and the picture moments take place. Let's get all the reaction now with Jodie Brown, Jim Cooper, and first, Charlotte Richardson.
What up, mate? I'm sure there are a few moments. No, I missed my last one. We scored from it, so I just thought, drill it as hard as I can. I knew the keeper was coming. It's going to go one way or the other. So 9 out of 10 times, you can fly down the middle.
And talk us through how you saw it hit the top of the net and the ability to then go and celebrate the goal as well.
Massive relief. I think the rep set for about 10 minutes left. We're less than that one. So it was yeah, massive relief for everyone, mainly the gaffer. He's worked so hard. We all have to be fair, but he's on minimal budget. And he's got the small squad to really again. Another player we've got having worked on Saturday, but for us, after 45 games, the basis of our season, we asked a lot of other teams, they go back down to a little bit physical with the players, we don't necessarily play total football, but we've got players in this league that don't play total football and have won leagues and have gone up. I think we saw today in the final third, we do try and play a little bit, but defensively we're down.
And Joe, Saturday, away at the Met Police for the Super Playoff final. 2 clubs, obviously close to your heart.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. Met's a great club. I was there when I was younger, and they've had a fantastic season in that division. I haven't watched any games in that division, so I don't know what it's like to make the playoff super final. They're obviously a very, very good side, like ourselves. But we've got 5 days now, and I think we deserve to enjoy this one tonight. We've worked so hard to get to where we are. And yeah, enjoy it tonight, and then throughout the week refocus for Saturday. So.
And Jody, we talk about the characters stepping up for important moments and stepping up for the penalty there. Complete praise on this young man for doing that at an important moment.
Yeah, it's an important penalty, obviously, but just as important was you had the chance about 5-10 minutes before that where you went through.
Yeah.
Dragged it, and you're probably thinking that was one chance to win the game. Yeah. So it's great to see you get another chance to win the game, and you scored it comfortably. So yeah, massive goal.
You've had a brilliant season. Congratulations on the victory and your man.
Thank you very much, guys.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, soon.
Well done, mate. Excellent.
Thank you very much.
What an opportunity for Turner to win this game. Scores! Joe Turner makes it 2-0, and Tunbridge Angels are headed in to the Super Playoff final.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great run down the left flank from Joe Turner, putting an equally good ball into the box. It fell quite nicely for Mackenzie, who dispatched it with aplomb, really.
And Jody, it looked like the hosts had seized the momentum early on, but Mersham grew into the game as the half wore on. And then, if we take a quick look as the camera rolls with the sending off incident, it kind of came as a bit of a bolt of the blue. It wasn't necessarily a kind of tenacious affair. What was your take on it?
We're a long way away from it, our viewpoint, but my initial gut feeling was it was 2 reds. It looked like Sonny Miles kicked out on the floor, and then Ollie Cook reacted. Then they stood up, crosswords again, and he shoved him over. So I mean, Cook had to go for sure. I'd like the opportunity to see the replay, but it looked like Miles kicked out on the floor from where I was. So probably 2 reds, and I think you got to commend the referee. Massive game, many incidents where it could have boiled over, it didn't. I thought he conducted himself and controlled the game really well.
Did you think those senders off had any impact on the game?
Yes and no, really. I mean, it should have a massive impact, really, because Merstham, with more space on the field of play, should have utilised the ball better. Now, we were fairly disappointed with Merstham today. They didn't have any runners in behind the back lines of Tunbridge. Tunbridge dealt with everything face on, and they literally played into their hands. Whether or not that's fantastic, tactics from Steve McKim and Morrow, and that might be the case, but the 2 send-offs were probably warranted. Just made the game a little bit drab after that for me.
Both managers used all their substitutions, and as a tactical affair, as the game wore on, you could see the way the teams were changing, the way the formation had to change with sendings off. But what did you make of it as a tactical assessment?
Well, Tunbridge very early just went to a 4-4-1. And initially they had Mackenzie out on the left and moved Joe Turner central. So I thought it was a good decision by Steve McKim to bring Joe Healy on, push Mackenzie up front and put Joe Turner back out on the left. I've got to say the experience of the Tunbridge side shone through in the end. They dealt with the situation of the 10 men far better than Merstham did on the day. I can barely remember a chance for Merstham, if I'm honest. So Tunbridge will go away really satisfied. They equipped themselves well. They got the important goals, but their defensive shape was outstanding.
And Jim, we spoke about the Tunbridge experience, and Jodie's alluded to it there. After and then Craig Stone having to step back and replace the skipper. Those guys did a fantastic job marshalling the side. And any time Tunbridge needed to break up play or get a punch and tackle in, they did it.
They did, and you mentioned Craig Stone. You know, he started off in central midfield, went back to centre half. You know, his experience along with Arthur Lee. You're right. You know, defensively they were solid. And Jody, you're right. I can't remember also another chance really that Merstham had in the whole of the 90 minutes. You know, it sets it up nicely for Saturday's game away at the Met Police because you know I know there's celebrations here today, but you know sadly both sides have got to play in a Super Playoff yet.
And Jodie, were there any question marks over the penalty? A bit of a straightforward decision, really. A striker's tackle and the signs of a hard-fought display coming out in a rough challenge.
I thought it was clever play by the ball carrier. He just ran across him, and it's almost impossible to get yourself out of the way. So I don't think there was any malice, or it wasn't deliberate, the foul. I just think it was good play by the ball carrier to run across him and inevitably get brought down.
And Tunbridge Agents will now look ahead to Met Police. It's going to be a super Saturday, Jim. I know obviously Met Police are very close to your heart. Having seen them, what do you make of Tunbridge Agents? Can they go all the way?
Listen, it's again like today. I think either side can win on Saturday. Met Police are a young side, hard working, and then you got the experience of Tunbridge Angels. And I think Steve's here now. You know, perhaps we can ask him to his views on Saturday as well. Come here, mate. Well done. Well done.
Well done, Steve.
Done.
Thank you.
Say that, mate.
Massive well done. You must be over the moon. Your side put in guts, they put in grit, and a real professional display.
Yeah, it's one of them. I've been in, as I said Thursday, I've been in 5 of these playoffs, semi-finals, as a player, coach, and now as a manager too. And I hadn't got past the semi-finals. And to get through Thursday was unbelievable. And we were ecstatic. We loved it. And I told them to cheer, celebrate. Because you never know, Saturday might go against you and you've missed out on that moment. But today, I've been proud of them all season. You know, I was looking at jacking it in November, December when things were going bad. And the support I've had from them, the board, my family, and most of the supporters, it's just been remarkable. And they kept me going. And I've never given up on anything. And I'm so glad that I didn't this time because we've got what we deserve this season.
And as we previewed the game, there was so little separating you and Merstham, exactly the same number of points on the table. But the way you came out in the first half, really seizing momentum, getting the home crowd behind you, and then getting the lead early on, that must have kind of settled the nerves slightly. Yeah,
listen, it's contrasting styles of football, right? I'm not the one that wants to play out from the back. I want to get in the final third, pick up seconds, get it wide, get crossing. That's exciting to me. That's my way of playing. Other people want to play out from the back, through midfield, then back and then foot. I don't like that. I have to do it if I have to do it, but I don't like it. I like to get it forward. I like to excite. I like my wingers getting balls in the box. Proved it with the first goal. Joe Turner, great cross. Tom Derry runs a near post, ricochets to chin, he puts it in. So two teams today play different ways. I knew that if we frustrated them, which we did, you know, I don't think the keeper's made a save in the first half. They've hit the side netting twice. He's made 2 saves from 30 yards in the second half. So he's had an easy afternoon, in my opinion. Yet they probably had 60-70% of the ball. End of the day, it's a 2-0 win. And that's what I'm looking at.
Your players play with their hearts on their sleeve, and it would be remiss of me not to ask your opinion on the send-ins off and what impact you think that had on the game.
Well, they play with their hearts on their sleeves because that was me as a player. And I only bring players to this football club that will replicate what I am in terms of heart, desire, passion, all the cliches that go with it. But they've got to have that bit of skill as well. And a lot of them have. But with that sending off, look at the video, but I saw, as Sonny and their centre-half went down, a stamp on Sonny's ankle. The fourth official saw it. The referee has said Sonny's kicked out. Sonny says he didn't. Until I see the video, I'm not making no assumptions on what. End of the day, we've won the game, and that's all I'm worried about. That's a controversial moment, but ain't affected the game.
And your side kept their discipline throughout, and then Joe Turner stepping up in that penalty. What a moment for this football club and for you as a manager. Talk us through when you saw the ball hit the back of the net.
Well, I'll go back to when you say the discipline. Tom Derry was walking a tightrope because he got booked in the first half, so I had to bring him off. I didn't want to bring him off, I had to bring him off, so that's sensible. But with the penalty, listen, Joe missed his last penalty, but we followed up and scored the rebound. When Joe Turner's got the bit between his teeth, that weren't going to not go in the back of the net. I don't care how he was going to do it. He weren't going to be clever, he weren't going to be pretty, as it proved. He was going to smash that as hard as he could. If the keeper had touched it, that's going over the bowling green at the back. He got nowhere near it, in the back of the net, 2-0, that's it.
And in terms of a game plan and executing it, was it a typical Tunbridge Angels performance? You guys had done your homework and you pulled it off to plan.
We get teams watched, like a lot of clubs do. When you're thorough with stuff, we got them watched. Last game of the season against Carshalton, it was Barry, my assistant, that actually went and watched it because we had a feeling we could be playing them. We know all about them anyway because we're friends with Hayden. We know how they play, they're not going to change how they play, and all we had to do was stop them from playing out of the back, which we've done. My forwards will switch it. Once you switch off against them, it's easy for them to get out and play through the thirds. That's what they want to do. But testament to my forwards, as soon as the ball went dead, they done exactly what we asked them to do on Saturday. The midfield did, and the keeper ended up kicking it. And that was our game plan. And Sonny and Arthur are going to eat that up all day long against Walker up front.
And with over 2,000 people here at Longmead Stadium today, how does it feel to be a host of such a great advert for Bostik League football?
Well, they had this before when they went up from this league before. They beat Lowestoft, and for us to do it with all the doubters we had around Christmas time, listen, you can say stick two things up to them, but it doesn't bother me. I've changed since Christmas where nothing affects me anymore, because whatever they say, it's got to go in one ear and out the other, because that will affect what I'm trying to do as a job. And I'm just so proud of each and every one of them players and my staff. You know, that they work hard, and Jodie alluded to it, and so will Jim. People think non-league's just about turn up Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. It's nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. If you want to be good at what you're doing, you might not be successful, but if you want to be professional and do everything right, you'll go and watch games. You'll have scout reports done. You'll make sure players are on time for training, ain't turning up willy-nilly. So we do things right here, and that's why players come and play for this club for less money.
Well, look, Steve, congratulations. Enjoy the celebrations this evening, and we'll look forward to watching you in Super Saturday in the playoff final.
Yeah, that's another
week.
one, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, mate. Excellent.
Cheers,
well
mate.
done.
Well done.
Jimbo, done it, son. Hey.
Boy, fucking told you.
Done it.
Told you not. Good lad, well done.
And there we have it. Fantastic. It was a really passionate speech there from Steve at the end. You can tell exactly how much it means.
Yeah, it means a lot to him, his coaching staff. He's been put through the mill a few times since Christmas, but do you know what? Magnificent achievement of him. And Hayden's here now, you know. Yeah, mate.
Unlucky, mate.
Take that, mate.
Thank you.
Hayden, commiserations. Your players done spectacularly well to get you here to this playoff final and just falling a little bit short at the end there. What was your assessment of today?
I think it's exactly that. I think for a club of Mersam's stature to be here is a remarkable achievement in itself, and the credit goes to the players for that. And today wasn't our day. We wasn't quite right. It's football. At the start of the game, once it settled down, I thought we had a control. I thought they scored probably against the run of play through a mistake. The second half, again, I think with the possession of the ball was as I would expect, but not quite the ideas that you would associate with Merstham this season today.
And obviously you guys had such a great run of form coming into this game, and it's always such fine margins in playoff finals.
Yep.
And that proves to be the case again as the 90 minutes unfolded.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think that's the perfect description. It is fine margins. Today wasn't our day. It's okay, it's football, it's their day, and we congratulate Steve and Barry and a fantastic set of lads, and we certainly wish them well next week.
And many managers we speak to at the Bostik Prem, they credit your side in the style of football that they play, and there were elements of today, like you say, where you had plenty of possession. You were really able to showcase the brand of football you like to play.
Yeah, we didn't quite see it today. I thought the ball retention was largely quite good, but we never really threatened them. We didn't really play with the penetration that we have done for the last few months, but like I say, this is football, and it's a great experience for the players today to be in this environment. and we'll go away and we'll lick our wounds and we'll come back stronger.
I'm sure you'll feel a little bit disappointed at the moment for obvious reasons, but if you look back at the campaign as a whole, it's been a fantastic season for you. And have you enjoyed leading the club during such a great time?
Yeah, they're a fantastic club to work for. The directors of the football club are very supportive, and like I say, really fantastic people that work hard for us so we can do the easy bit and just go and play football on a Saturday. The players have been a credit to the club. They've been a fantastic group to coach. It's disappointing. I'm disappointed for them. They're a team that are on the cusp of great things, but it's not quite our time. But I feel confident that they'll learn from today's experience and their time will come.
Well, thank you very much for sparing the time to talk to us. Commiserations today, but congratulations on a great season.
You're welcome. Thank you.
The home fans had to wait till the 39th minute for the opening goal of the game, but it was well worth the wait. A wonder strike from George Hayward gave Horsham the lead. It was a strike befitting of the occasion and well worth another look. Ashford United had the opportunity to draw themselves level just before half-time. A clumsy challenge in the box right in front of the referee, and he had no hesitation in pointing to the spot. A clear foul just inside the area, and Sam Corn stepped up and just about drew his side level before half-time. The game went to extra time, and it was the 110th minute that Horsham fans will remember. A fine free kick, finding the head of Rob O'Toole, who made no mistake, just outside the 6-yard box. Ashford United had defended so well throughout the evening, but they had no answer for O'Toole's header, and it proved to be the decisive goal in the tie, and Horsham are promoted to the Bostik Premier Division for next season. There was just one place and 1 point between these two sides at the end of the league season, and it was the visitors who took the lead just before half-time. Shane Codger-Carroll with the opening goal of the game. Codger-Carroll was on the mark once again in the 48th minute. A neat finish from inside the 6-yard box, and Cheshunt were on their way to victory. And they sealed promotion on the 53rd minute. A fine finish from Brian Moses on the near post. And it was Cheshunt United who will be promoted and play in Step 3 football next season. Heybridge Swifts would need results elsewhere to go their way if they were to be promoted this season, but they needed to beat Maldon and Tiptree first. Up stepped Nicholas Brown with his thunderous strike, fitting of any playoff final. His curling left-footed shot was no match for Ben McNamara in the Maldon and Tiptree goal. On the 82nd minute, Heybridge all but sealed their victory. Evans Kouassi sliding the ball home to make it 2-0. But Maldon and Tiptree have been a tough nut to crack all season, and they wouldn't give in. Up stepped Eddie Louis Dane on the 90th minute to tap home to make it 2-1. And in the dying moments of injury time, Kojo Atui made it 2-2 in dramatic fashion. The game went to a penalty shootout, and first up it was Jack Corley for Maldon and Tiptree. His poor effort blazed over the bar, and it was advantage Swifts. Joe Claridge didn't make the same mistake, and he tucked home to make it 1-0. It wasn't a good second effort. Chris Haig saved meant that the upper hand was firmly with Heybridge. Harrison Chatting tucked home their second penalty, and it was 2-0. Another miss and another fine save from Chris Haig, and Heybridge were on the brink of victory. But Nicholas Brown, who'd had such a fine strike during the game, couldn't find the net, and it would go to another penalty. Haig made the save, and it was Heybridge Swifts who were crowned playoff champions of the Bostik North. They would have to wait another day to find out whether they were promoted, but at least for 24 hours, Swifts could enjoy the victory. And so just one game remains of the season, and it is the Super Playoff final between Met Police of the Southern League and Tunbridge Angels of the Bostik Premier Division. The prize is a place in the National South next season, and it will be contested on Saturday the 11th of May, with full highlights on Monday the 13th of May here on Back of the Net. Until then, we'll see you next time.
The feedback we've received from our current clubs is that matchday filming powered by Your Instant Replay has increased attendances, helped with player recruitment, opened up real commercial opportunity and online engagement. Book us in to film your games and share your highlights with the entire internet. We film in 1080p and deliver back extended highlights, full game footage and individual and team analysis within 12 to 24 hours to your coaching staff and players via our app. DM or email us for more information on how we can help your club, school or academy with professional level sports broadcasting and analysis. Packages start at £100 a game, which can be split between both teams. We film your games.